Dwan Reed. Dwan Reed, our fourth contestant.
Anthony, I loved how you walked up to the front of the stage very confidently with a very cool walk. You were in character when you came up here and you touched your hat. And then you started to tell us about this very wonderful game that I imagine many of you remember from when you were a child, Red Rover. You used some wonderful gestures. You talked about the children holding hands and making a line and how there were children on the other side and how the object of the game was to break the line. And I remember that game as a kid, and you were so enthusiastic and energetic, and you made me want to play it right here with all of these Toastmasters. It was fantastic. And then you went into a very serious topic. You talked about how HISD has banned this game. And you left me wondering, well, why? This is such a fantastic game that we played as a kid. So you got my curiosity up, and I imagine you got everyone's curiosity up in the room. And then you talked about a very serious topic, bullying, and about suicide. And I liked how you took your hat off to show that you were very serious about this topic. That was great. I loved your gestures and how you told us about these children, and you mentioned them specifically by name. And then you went into the problem. You said that banning this game is not the answer, that children need to learn how to get along, and then you gave us some solutions. So I saw your introduction as telling us about the wonderful game. You went into the body of your speech where you talked about the banning of this game and the problem that we're having, and then you ended by telling us that that's not the solution, and you gave us some suggestions. Now, Anthony, I want to tell you how to take this speech to the next level. I think this could be an inspirational speech. It could be an educational speech for churches and for schools. It could teach people how to teach children to get along. And one suggestion that I have for you is to give us some specific ways that we can teach children about how to get along through games. It's a wonderful idea. We can all do it. Tell us specifically. Do we sit down and talk to them about how to get along and how to talk to each other? Do we talk to them about who to talk to when you're having issues, who to go to? That's a suggestion. Another suggestion is when you came up here, you mentioned the food and how maybe this is not the meeting place because of the food, and I agree with you, there's lots of food and there's great food, but I would have loved to have heard you start with, have you ever played Red Rover? You mentioned that, and that got our curiosity up, so I want to hear that from you. Also, your facial expressions. When you talk about the game, give us a smile. Red Rover, it's fun. Talk about it. Give us a smile. And then when you get to the very serious topic, then hold your face very seriously. But overall, I thought it was a great speech. I loved it. I want you to take it to the next level, and I know that you can do it, Anthony. Thank you so much.